When most people think of goals, they think of outcome goals. They think of being able to lose 20 pounds. They think of being able to do 10 push-ups, or they think about being able to win that trophy at the end of the year. And that's all fine. Maybe that is the ultimate goal that you're looking for. But the problem with just looking at outcome goals is that they neglect the process that you actually process, or the things or the steps that you need to actually take to get to that outcome. So if this is being able to do 10 push-ups, how many days a week are you going to do push-ups? How many different variations of push-ups are you going to do? Do you have to start with kneeling push-ups, or do you have to start with push-ups on the stairs or on the wall? And how are you going to progress towards that outcome of actually being able to do 10 push-ups? And that's even more important than the actual outcome, because if you don't have a good process in place, you're never going to be able to get to that outcome goal that you're looking for, which leads us into the first part of this little video series, and that is using the Be Better mindset. Outcome goals are really important because they give you that destination or the direction that you want to go. And the process goal is even more important because those are the steps that you need to take to get to that destination. So the problem is that when most people set in their mind what their destination needs to be, they think that there are set steps that they need to take. And then when those steps don't work out, or something doesn't work out in their favor, then they stop immediately. Like a real life example of this might be if you're trying to drive to Chicago and you drive up to a road there, you have to pay a toll, and you're like, I don't want to pay a toll. You don't turn around and go home. What you do is you find another road around and you don't pay the toll. And then if you come to a bridge that's under construction where you can't cross the bridge, you don't turn around and go home. You just find a different way around, and you keep doing this until you get to Chicago. Your exercise program can be the exact same way. If you're trying to get to a certain destination with your exercises, instead of stopping as soon as something doesn't work out, find a different route around or try a different strategy to get there. And by doing this over the course of time, eventually you will end up at your destination. Let's apply this to a fitness example. Let's say you've set the outcome goal of doing 10 push-ups in a row. So 10 push-ups is your destination. And you decide that your best way to get there is to wake up every morning and do as many push-ups as you can. Okay, which is fine and is a strategy that will work for some people. But so you wake up the first day and you do as many push-ups as you can. Then you wake up the second day and you're like, I don't feel like doing push-ups today, I'm not going to do them. And then you wake up the third day and you're like, I'm not going to do them. And then by the fourth day, you're like, this isn't gonna work for me, I want to stop. Well, instead of doing that, find a new strategy or a new way to do push-ups. So instead of doing them first thing in the morning, maybe every time you climb the stairs, you need to do as many push-ups as you can. Or find a friend at school or at work or wherever to do this with. And then as soon as you see them, you have to do push-ups as you can and make it sort of a competition between the two of you. And maybe that strategy will work differently, but if it doesn't, then try a different strategy again. So by devoting yourself to having this Be Better mindset and trying these different strategies to get you to do the push-ups, then that'll help you find what's actually going to work to get to your destination, okay? Now let's say you're doing all these push-ups all the time and you are taking all these steps and you're following this Be Better mindset, and you get to a point where you can't seem to add any more push-ups. So you get stuck at, say, 5 push-ups, for example. Then within your exercise session, you need to find a new strategy to help you get past that 5. So maybe that's doing using a rest pause, or which we'll explain in a later video. Or maybe it's using a different exercise to actually get better at your push-ups and experimenting within the exercise program that you're following. And by doing this and dedicating yourself to just getting a little bit better and trying new things, then that will allow you to reach your destination in a more motivated way.